everybody, this is Miss Petite Geek, and I said I would be doing another Gravity Falls review if the first one came out well, and I think it came out decent. So this review is going to be a theories and speculation review, and there will be spoilers. But joining me this time is a good friend of mine who introduced me to the show, Professor Alko, sorry.
That's Mr. Professor Alko to you.
We're basically using fake names, so that's not
I think they know that already.
Real name. Okay. So, essentially, he's the reason I discovered the show. As I said in last review, some friends of mine were showing me Teen Titans Go, and then I was kind of, And so, my friend here introduced me to Gravity Falls instead.
Yes, and it seems that this happens every time I introduce you to a show. I'm kind of like the show. I'm maybe a little bit lukewarm to I like it. I introduce it to you, and then you go absolutely cray-cray over it.
Hey, the same thing happened when I introduced you to MLP, so...
We will not talk about that right now.
That's right, using a fake name, no one has to know that you're a brony.
We're getting off topic, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
So what are some favorite aspects of yours? Because I talked about some of mine during my review, but what are some of your favorites?
Well... probably one of the most interesting things about the show is, for a Disney show, it's very un-Disney-like.
Yeah, same thing, yeah. To me, it's kind of Cartoon Network.
I don't know, I beg to disagree. I mean, your heart's in the right place, but I think it's a little bit more of a Nickelodeon show, at least from the 90s.
I could see that. But, yeah, very un-Disney-esque. You were saying you really like the characters in the show. That was, like, one of the number one things that drew you into it.
Oh, these characters, they're all wonderful. I mean, my personal favorite's Grunkle Stan. I kind of see him being like how I will be in about 70 years.
I can see that.
I don't know whether I should be offended or not.
Well, my favorite, it's so weird because my favorite is Dipper. I did the kind of everyman. I know that's kind of weird because technically I think the funniest is definitely Mabel. And I kind of want Mabel to be my favorite character, but it's always Dipper.
Well, the thing is with Mabel... You think that you want to see her all the time, but you know that if they made the whole show about her, it would get old really quick. It's
kind of like Kronk's New Groove. Like, it's such a great character from The Emperor's New Groove, but you give him his own movie and you kind of take away what was special to that character. Yeah.
Yeah. The nice thing about Mabel is that it's usually not about her, but when the timing is right, Mabel is just perfect.
Yeah.
Like Zoidberg. Hooray! I'm useful. I'm having a wonderful time.
Okay, so one of the most interesting things about Gravity Falls is all the hidden messages and clues and the codes you have to decipher. The pretty easy ones are all the ones at the ending credits. You get all those to decipher.
Yeah, I figure if you just have the correct code, you just change the letters to numbers and it'll give you some message.
Yeah, depending on what cipher you're using or what code's given, yeah.
I mean, I've never gone back and coded.
Yeah. And then the next one is the whisper in the opening sequence.
What exactly is that? I mean, you said something about it, but I still don't understand what that is.
Oh, okay. I didn't explain. Okay, so basically you hear that backwards whisper, but if you actually play it backwards, it says 3 letters back.
Ah, okay, so that's the code right there.
Yeah, that's the cipher, 3 letters back in the alphabet.
Ah, okay, now I know.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot today.
Okay, then one of the other ones you can find is Rumble's Revenge, the online game.
But there's an online game?
Yeah!
Why do I not know these things?
Yeah, there's an online game, and it has a whole bunch of really good, codes and clues and stuff. It's really, really cool. We'll talk about some of them later on in the review. And if you don't feel like taking the time to actually decipher all these for yourself, or you don't want to play the game to find them, that kind of thing, you can go to the Gravity Falls wiki page. Yeah, and you can find, they'll have it per episode, by game, by whatever, all the codes decoded and everything for you.
My gosh, there's a Wikipedia for everything now.
I know, yeah. Then there are also the codes and clues from the new Gravity Falls shorts, with the flashes of the pages with the eye and the red X through them, and you can look them up on Wiki as well. So besides the backwards whisper in the opening, they also has that flash of the Bill Cipher and the wheel of symbols.
Oh, yeah, that thing that's on the screen for like a second, right?
Yeah, people have taken a screen cap of it and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah, so basically before we started the review, we kind of went through it ourselves and decided to put our own thoughts on what the different things represent on the wheel.
And that's one of the things I really like about Gravity Falls. I mean, most mystery series that have all these symbols everywhere, it's usually gibberish. It doesn't really mean anything. What's cool about Gravity Falls is they put time into it to give everything a meaning. Even if it's just a joke, it means something.
Yeah, like Gideon's backwards whisper. In Dreamscapers actually just says backwards message. it's just messing with us. And I love that. So we're going to go through the wheel clockwise. And we're starting with the question mark, which we have said is...
It's Zeus.
It's pretty obvious. The next one down is one of the ones that has a controversy behind it. The ice. The pack of ice. Some people think it represents Wendy because of all the different instances where she's just generally around ice. The inconveniencing, time traveler's pig, with both the snow cone and Dipper going to get her ice after the baseball hits her eye.
That's right.
She has the ice chest on top of the mystery shack.
And then in the inconveniencing, Dipper runs to go get ice from the freezer.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Where there's a terrifying monster inside.
Well, and that's the other one that people say maybe it's the monster from inside the ice chest, but it's been verified by Oxhurst that's not really gonna happen because he said specifically that we won't be seeing that monster again.
Double.
It was just kind of a fun thing. Yeah, I know. Okay, so the next symbol down is the
Pac-Man thing?
The Pac-Man fishy, which is on Grunkle Stan's fez, so...
It's probably going to be Grunkle Stan.
Not to mention the letters next to the symbol, when decoded, say Stan is not what he seems. The next one down is the pine tree, which we believe is Dipper, as verified by Bill Cipher during Dreamscapers. The next one is the pentagram, the star, which we believe is Gideon from his tent.
Oh, that's right. It is on his tent.
Yeah, his tent. And just generally, the symbol, the next one is the six-finger hand.
Yeah. The book guy.
Whoever wrote the book dude, whoever wrote the books.
Or the guys
who wrote the books. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. The next one is the llama, which also people aren't quite sure about what it is. Some people say it's the wax figures, just generally. Some people says it's another symbol for Mabel.
I'd say it's probably Mabel.
Well, in Dreamscapers, they specifically say the shooting star is Mabel, so that's why it doesn't really make sense for the llama.
But Mabel is adorable enough to have a shooting star and a llama.
It's
or
true.
A llama riding a shooting star.
And then some people say it's Wendy's dad, which I think is adorable, but not really believable. And then some people say it's Larry King.
I believe it.
I don't think so, but I think it's funny to speculate that. It's probably someone we haven't met yet.
Possibly.
Then we have the heart with the stitches.
The bleeding heart.
The bleeding heart, which is Robbie, because that's the symbol on his sweatshirt. And then comes to another one, which some people debate over, which is the glasses at the top. Some people, I personally believe it is younger Stan. Glasses.
Or it could be the twin Stan.
Yeah, from the twin Stan theory. We'll get to that later, too.
Alrighty, okay.
Alright. Also, when it comes to the codes and clues, there is what's called the search for the blind eye. But we won't be discussing that in this review because no one knows if it's actually canon. But if you're interested in it, I will leave a link in the description below. Alright, so now we're going to get really deep into spoiler territory. So if you haven't seen the last couple episodes, the season finale and stuff, scamper away from the review. You don't need to be, you don't want to be here anymore.
No, you don't.
We'll spoil a lot. So one of the big things we want to talk about is just that big machiny thing at the end of Gideon Rises.
Grunkle Stan, what are you up to?
I know. So it's kind of like, is he good? Is he bad? What is he doing? What does he want it for? Is this have to do with possibly a secret society of some sort? Or is he doing it for a personal reason?
Maybe he's just trying to scam the electric company.
Who knows? But from the clues and codes given in Gideon Rises, it seems it's probably some form of portal to different worlds, or maybe even some form of time travel. I think it's plausible because we've actually seen the future in the Gravity Falls, so time travel is something that is possible.
It would actually be kind of funny is if it was a time machine and then Dipper and Mabel go through it. They're like, oh, time travel again.
She's like, we've already been through this.
Like twice.
But, I mean, if something big seemed to have happened to the town in the past, so maybe someone trying to go back in time and fix it, or traveling between different universes and worlds, or something like that. Now, I'm a bit more inclined to believe this theory because of a decoded message found in Book 3 during Gideon Rises that says, once it's decoded, this. The portal, when completed, will open a gateway to infinite new worlds and herald a new era in mankind's understanding of the universe. Plus, it will probably get girls to start talking to me finally. Also, a portal would explain why there's all these supernatural creatures in Gravity Falls. They could have come through the portal or from the different worlds. So besides the machine itself, there's also theories about the mystery of Gravity Falls and why people would want access to the machine. So there's different theories out there. Some of them has to do with the apocalypse is one of them.
Yeah, I personally subscribe to that theory right there.
I think that's a very plausible one since they talk about
they
apocalypse multiple times.
I mean, there's Grufflestan going, doop-de-doop-de-doo, storing up brown meat for the apocalypse, doodly-doo.
So the next theory people talk about is alchemy, which I personally, I know there's alchemy symbols, like on the symbols on the wheel that we went through before, there are a lot of alchemy symbols there, but I don't think alchemy's really gonna, even though they mentioned gold, I just don't feel that's the plot they're going for.
If anything, wouldn't they be stocking up on lead then?
Yeah, they wouldn't be stocking up on gold if they have ability to do alchemy.